Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at what the Cardano price is doing, also what Bitcoin is doing, and we can finally see some green numbers. Cardano seems to start to follow Bitcoin again a little bit. It seems like that, and we're going to take a closer look at that. So as always, we start briefly with Bitcoin, then we go into detail with Cardano. And before we start, again, thanks for all your support. Really appreciate that. And I get a lot of requests for covering different cryptos and coins. And I did say before, it's just the time that, I would do this all day, every day, but it's just the time. And as I still work full time in a corporate job, during the week, I just don't have that much time. And that is why, I have to prioritize requests. So obviously as a member, you can put, let's say, your request in and I prioritize that. But also, the more you support me on this channel, the more you like, the more you comment, the more you subscribe, the faster I will be able to potentially do that here full time, and then I will be able to do, fulfill many more requests. I have so many plans actually. We could eventually, I'm thinking about doing some live trading as well. There's so much we could do, and but I just need the time for that. So that just as a start. And by the way, all members had we did a live stream on Sunday. I really loved it. I love the interaction with the community, and it worked so well. So as a member, every Sunday there will be a live stream as well, and the live chat room as well. Anyway, every day. So we start with Bitcoin, and again, thanks for all your support. Really love this, and it's growing so fast, this community. So with Bitcoin, we start. I think most of you guys will be happy, maybe not about Cardano necessarily, because that has suffered in the last few days, but we'll get to that, and I think it's not all bad. So with Bitcoin, we can see that we broke out of the 48.8 resistance line, which was a very strong one. It took us various days to get through that, and I did mention I can't really overstate the importance of that level. Now we see the uptrend continue, and I just like to see a little bit more confirmation, because but the higher we go, I think at the moment, the more likely it will be that we actually continue our way upside. It's not the other way around. It's not like, okay, you continue the uptrend, but at some point you will see the reversal and we drop down again. No, I think it's actually the other way around. I think it is the further we get away from that 48.8k, the higher the likelihood that the uptrend is continuing. And a very important level also to watch out for is 53k, which is that previous high here. That is a very important level to watch out. I think as soon as we break above that, we can really tackle the previous high this year, the 64k. So really, really interesting getting there. The indicators on the daily are picking up now finally as well. However, we need to be aware that on the and by the way, I did say, it's getting, the higher we go, the more likely it is at the moment that we continue. But at some point there will also be, of course, we've gone up too far, the market is overheated, there will be a retracement, as there always is. And in our move upside that we continue, it will be a bumpy ride. This is crypto. Don't believe we just go up in a straight line now. There will be ups and downs, and we just need that uptrend confirmed. It looks, it's looking good. Obviously, we are on our way up, so it is getting better and better. Now, where are we on the hourly? Because we just need to be aware that on the shorter term time frames, we can get the idea that there might be an upcoming small reversal, just the normal retracements, that you can see when markets get overheated. Now, after just a pump or a big increase, we get on the hourly, for example, get into the overbought zone. So it's just what it is. So this is just an up and down that's continuously happening, but we see the larger trend continue our way to the upside, and maybe even finally finished that downtrend that we were in, that long-term retracement. So really good news at the moment. And next important level to watch out for is 53k. I'm sure we get there now, because we've come above the 49.8, 48.8. We've come above the very important level, and also the 49.2, which we had on the chart as support, where we struggled for a couple of days, but we've gone beyond that as well. So it's all looking good at the moment for Bitcoin. So Cardano finally seems to start to follow Bitcoin as well. And a lot of you guys are frustrated. I understand that. What we need to be aware of, and I did say it before, and I did show it to you before, that on the Cardano chart we are still in this symmetrical triangle, sort of caught in this pattern. And we haven't managed to break out. And the one that I mean is the orange one that you can see on the chart. It's a triangle within which we are trading, making higher lows, but also lower highs. The further we get into the apex, the more pressure is actually building up, the less the price is moving. and the more the chance is that the price will peak in a fast movement, yeah, in a fast move, similar maybe what you saw back here, just a fast pump, and that could surprise us all. Nobody knows when it's going to happen, but it will certainly happen before we get to the apex, in my view. And I told you about the price targets. If you take the height of that triangle, then you have to add that to the breakout point. Let's just assume it might happen today. I don't know if it will happen, but let's say if it happens today, that could catapult us to 275, 276, you know. So a lot of happening. I think the likelihood really that Cardano now breaks down as Bitcoin is going up and has climbed over that important resistance level, I think is very low. A few guys have asked, you know, is there still a chance we go down to 180? And you know, the chance is still there, but the likelihood that we go up now increases obviously as Bitcoin is climbing up as well. And I would nearly see it as a way of, you know, a lot of people frustrated that Cardano isn't really moving, whereas it's moving a little bit today. But I told you the explanation for why it's not moving is because we are caught in this triangle. We need to break out of that. And what you need to understand is the further now the Bitcoin price is sort of moving away from Cardano, you know, it's just up here now, Bitcoin, where Cardano would be actually on the same chart would be somewhere up here, right, at 288, 280. The easier it will be for the bulls as soon as there is a breakout, the easier it will be for people to bring the price up here, just because of, first of all, you've got the spring effect from the triangle, and then Bitcoin is just moving away from Cardano at the moment, and at some point that will catch up, as it always did before, or as it did most of the time before. And you remember in the past, Cardano so many times outperformed Bitcoin. So, you know, just that bit of patience. And I know it's hard when you watch the charts every day and everything, and you see Solana moving and everything, but I hope you're in Cardano for a reason, and Cardano for me is the bigger picture as well, the long-term thing. And you know, there will always be, in whatever investment you are, there will always be better investments somewhere, but you have to make the choice yourself and have to find the perfect balance between, you know, maybe security and potential, because you know, as we all know, with Cardano, it's grown a lot already. So when something has grown a lot, also like Bitcoin, of course, you know, going into £50 or $50 with Bitcoin is probably less worth doing than going into £50 in a small market cap coin, in terms of, you know, if you want a lot of profit, but then the risk is higher as well if you go into a lower market cap coin. But in the grand scheme of things, Bitcoin has still a low market cap overall. The whole crypto market still has a low market cap compared to other markets, even like gold, you know. But look at the stock market and everything. So there we go. It's still early days, you know, and sometimes we just need to take a look at the bigger picture. Now on the daily here, we can see that the indicators are getting better for Cardano now as well, finally. And that makes me think, you know, we could see a breakout at some point. However, we haven't managed to get above the 50 line for on the RSI, but we are making higher highs. I did mention that this morning in the update, earlier today, UK time. So we make higher highs, but we're still below the 50 line. I think as soon as we might get above the 50, that might be a buy signal potentially. And on the ADX is still a short signal, but the MACD is already there, already made the buy signal, already a in the green, you know, on the histogram. But again, they are only indicators. They only indicate. On the RSI here as well, you know, just at this level below 50, where Bitcoin is already above 50. But that just shows that there is a lot of scope to the upside before we get into the overbought range between 70, you know, and 80, I would say. You know, we already were at 90, nearly 90 here back in August. So that is as high as it can go, really, in a peak. So yeah, there is a lot of potential. And historically, you know, in periods of this consolidation, you typically get into the oversold range here, or at least below 50 in the bearish range. Totally normal. But when then that correction is over, you get back into the more bullish phase above 50, or between 50 and 70. And at over 70, you need to become careful. Then there could be, that's an indicator that we could get a reversal coming, you know. And it's starting to look better for Cardano, certainly. And as I said, the more Bitcoin is extending away from Cardano, the easier it will be for the buyers to push the price higher as well, in my opinion. And especially as we have the spring effect of that triangle. Now we can see here on the hourly, making currently high lows as well. Good sign again, but we will face some resistance here at 227. but that is also when you could see a breakout. So watch that level, 227. If we get above 227, then I think we'll tackle the here the 232, and then we've got a very important level here, 236. That is the top of that resistance zone, and then we could get to 245. So these are just the levels. 257 I've got on the chart here, and then we can climb our way up. But you've seen the target of that triangle. If that really breaks to the upside, I think we could just rush through these levels very quickly, especially as Bitcoin is already up there. Yeah, it's already up there, and Cardano just needs to catch up. What we can see with Bitcoin, that we on the lower time frame already are getting very close to the overbought range. Cardano isn't yet, so there's some more potential also on the lower term time frames to go up, potentially, yes, to that 227 level, and potentially then we get a little bit of a retracement before we hopefully break out. But we could really also trade sideways a little bit, but I expect a breakout to the upside, as Bitcoin is now in these areas up here as well. Now, should Bitcoin, even though I don't think it will happen, but should Bitcoin drop again below 48.8k, then Cardano, I think, could really suffer a strong drop, as we've seen before, but hopefully that will not happen. You know, we've seen the daily close be above the 48.8k for Bitcoin, which was that very important level. So I'm confident that we continue our way up towards 53k. And however, we're not out of, let's call it, the danger zone yet. You know, we are around the 50k level, very important psychological mark as well. And you can see how we're fighting around 50k. So don't think it's all sorted now. You know, there's still a risk we could drop once more. That risk is always there anyway, but I think it's still early days. You know, we've just come out of a retracement, and please don't, yeah, a lot of people already think, oh no, you know, I might invest, I want to, you know, go in now, go long. I might miss the boat, but always just, you know, you need to make that decision for yourself. Always think about it as well, in a way that the earlier you get in, the more risk it is as well. Yeah, so you have to make that decision for yourself as well. All right, so hopefully that update was useful. Hopefully we'll see a breakout with for Cardano very soon, and I'll keep you updating, of course. And please continue to support this channel, would be great. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.